Today on Chef to Chef, my guest is Chef. Well, let me get that right. My guest is Dr. Chef Elliott Farmer. I don't want to miss anything with him. He's a great friend of mine. We've been in the kitchen together. We've hung out. We've had fun together. We've done different things together. He's got a great man of God. Please, Chef, come in and tell us about who you are and about Chef Elliott.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm truly humbled to be a guest on your Chef to Chef. Congratulations on this, my brother.
Thank you. We talked about it a long time coming.
Yes, sir. Listen. Well, I hail from Atlanta, Georgia. You know ATL. And so I'm just one who loves to cook. Many probably don't know I'm a retired RN.
Yeah.
And retired educator, taught school, taught college level. I did teach advanced culinary arts, but all of my background degrees are in nothing to do with kitchen. So that kind of came,
You have a genuine love. That's the one thing I will say about you. When you're in the kitchen with you, you don't try to be super fancy with it. You cook great food, whatever you make. I mean, and I'm pretty sure there's things that you've made that's come out horrible, like we all have. But
absolutely, every day,
really, really great food.
Oh, thank you.
That's just the honest opinion.
Oh, you're too kind. Well, I would like to think it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and working with alongside people like yourself and others, it continues to help me hone my craft. So that's an honor to be able to do that. But it's always, culinary industry is always ever changing. There's always something new. That's the new best thing. Always the new best thing. So these new chefs that's coming out, thinking they've got it now, fresh out of culinary school and thinking they're the chef, they need to think that again, because there's always something new. You haven't arrived until you have arrived.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't think it's just the new chefs. I think it's when I went to culinary school so many years ago, when it wasn't popular,
right?
Before TV and the TV fame and before it was really, really popular. When I came out of school, it was like, okay, I went to school, I know everything. So I had to rethink for today's people, to today's kids that are coming out and saying, I know everything, or I want to come into a job and I want to manage the kitchen, and I've never had a job in the kitchen, but I went to culinary school. I get that, because that was me, and I had to go back and say, okay, that was me originally. So I have to change my thought process when I talk to them and mentor them differently. And that's one thing with you that I know, as far as the mentoring aspect of it. How is it for you mentoring other younger chefs to be better than we were when we were coming up as chefs?
Yeah, I think one of the main things that I try to instill is, don't ever think that you know everything, because there's always something that's going to come up that may be very new for the first time. Running a restaurant in the back of the house, it's a different ball game, and I try to make sure that they always know that there are different ways to reach the goal. But you want to reach the goal as economical as possible, especially if you're in management, because that can affect some raises for everybody, bonuses for yourself in management, and you want to keep that profit and loss down. Be able to effectively communicate with your team, so that they will have the sense that you got their back, and not that you are or a hound dog or an evil, mean, chef, but you still got to be in love. When I was in the kitchen coming up from a busboy trained to be a sous chef on the job, I was taught how to cuss you out real good in the kitchen.
That was something we had to learn. And you had to have tough skin. And like, okay, that happened yesterday. Today is today. So I get it fully. Now, and you know what? I miss that old school kitchen feel of us arguing on the line while we're putting out 200 covers in 4 hours, and it's like, you know what? I miss that. I don't envy the young kids doing that right now. That's the rite of passage. I don't envy that, but it's tough. It's crazy.
It is. It is.
This life is something that I say that you have to enjoy doing. You have to love what you do.
Absolutely.
Culinary is one of the few jobs, and there's quite a few jobs out there. But if you don't love what you do, people can tell.
Yes.
How does that translate to what you do, or how you do things the way you do with the catering, with the pop-ups, with a lot of other things that you do, and a lot of business that you have? How does that love translate into that?
Oh, for one, it's going to translate into your food.
Yeah.
Whether if it's love or hate.
If you're having a bad day, you can tell.
Yeah, it's something just not right with this salmon today.
Yeah.
Something just not right with this pot of greens today, or this cornbread, or this gumbo. It's just not moving, man. It's not down in my soul today.
Yeah.
So even if I'm having a bad day, and I have bad days, or not necessarily bad days, I don't classify, or sometimes days that aren't as good as others. But you have to reach somewhere within yourself and move forward. And because at the end of the day, the show still got to go on. The clients still got to be fed. You still got to rock and roll to the end. So try to do it with some exuberancy. I enjoy what I do. So for me to get up and have to go into the kitchen, it's like I'm going to play, with my playmates, and we have a good time. Sometimes we fight on the playground, sometimes we get injured on the playground,
something that we talked about before, and it was like, I love what I do. And that's I've never gone to work a day in my life because I've always done what I love.
Right.
And I'm one of the very few people that can say, listen, this is the job that I've had literally since I was 18 years old. Actually, before that, before that time frame. So this is a job that I've had for a very, very long time in this business. And I love doing it. And there's days where I'm mad and I go in the kitchen. That settles my soul.
It's therapeutic,
like
isn't it?
It's like prayer. It's like, wow, this is my solace. This is where I can actually talk to myself, do whatever I need to do, work it out. And the next, I'm coming up with something like, okay, hey, I want you to try this because this is really good. Now, I came up. It was an angry dish, but it's a really great dish. And that's what happens. So that's what we have. That's that love for as chefs. And like I said, with being in the kitchen with you, watching your passion, watching the love that you have for stuff going on, it's refreshing. It's great to see that the old dogs still have it to a sense. Moving on, you do a lot of. You're one of the kings of pop-up, doing pop-up restaurants and things like that. How does that enhance what it is that you do? How was the pop-up scene for you enhance what it is you do? Because you've had a long-term pop-up at one time, which was really successful.
It was, and I wish we could have done it longer. That was the intent. But for me, when I do pop-ups, one of the main reasons I do them is I'm trying to see if that's an area that I want to actually open up a long-term restaurant.
Got it.
We've had 3 restaurants in the metropolitan Atlanta area over the past 20 years, and some people have asked us to come back, and so we kind of get a feel of the geographical location. What are they eating? What do they like? And so we try different things, and we'll bring in. This last pop-up I did, I kind of brought to life my radio show that I was doing, Chef Elliott's Entertaining Solutions. And so we just kind of brought that to life because I would have guest celebrity chefs or guest chefs to come in, and cook dishes, and we packed the place out. So it's I guess a genre of different things that we do, but it's more so to get a feel, is this an area that I want to have a long-term restaurant in?
Now, and as far as the Atlanta restaurant scene, it's different from other scenes to a sense. But in your opinion, how is it now? How do you think, or what do you think is going to be going to become of the Atlanta restaurant scene after this entire COVID incident? Because we're all at a new form of normalcy right now.
Right.
What do you think it's going to be? Do you think that catering companies are going to pop up a lot more, or personal chef is going to pop up a lot more? Because I know that you have a really strong arm in the personal chef arena also. Is that something that you think is going to be the next powerhouse, and people are going to say, you know what, I'm not going to go to freestanding restaurants to a sense, but I'll have a chef come over and do a dinner for me more than me going out or anything like that?
I think just based on my personal experience, even right now, my request for being a personal chef, in-home chef, has increased, I know, a good 80%.
Yeah.
And it's and not just within the next, few weeks or a couple of months, but they're booking personal chefs throughout the year.
Yeah.
And so I do see that as a new trend. And people have learned now to be comfortable at home.
Yeah.
Or they're learning to be comfortable at home, but they still want that restaurant feel, or that having that chef feel. You know what I mean? They're finding that it saves a little money. Maybe, unless you get someone like us. Unless you get someone like us.
Sometimes.
But they're more comfortable, especially if you're doing a 5-course meal. If it's like a date, and then you give them that dessert, and then they're ready for their second dessert. They're already there. Or they're enjoying a nice communion. They don't have to have a designated driver. They're already there. So the comfort of that, people are loving, and really I haven't been really having any problem with people paying the bill. I've not experienced that. We're in this trend where meal prep has really gone through the roof.
Definitely,
so I don't think it's going anywhere, even after the pandemic. I really don't, because we're adapting to our new norm.
Yeah, that's why I said that this new norm for us is totally different. And like I said, I've been in the kitchen with you. We've been at each other's houses. To honestly say, okay, you know what? We've been, to a sense, that intimate cooking style of standing in the kitchen with someone and understanding, and in being in someone's home kitchen. Cooking for the chef, first of all, is in itself daunting, but it's that thing of, you know what? Here is someone that I trust. Here's someone that I know is going to give me something great, and things like that. So when you're hiring a personal chef, what is your golden nugget to someone else that wants to hire a personal chef to come in and do an intimate dinner with their husband, wife, significant other, even if it's just a family dinner or whatever it is? What tips do you give our guests? What tips can you give our guests that will help them in selecting a personal chef for the next event?
One thing that I would give, and I apply to myself, is you want the chef to be able to hear what you're not saying, to understand, hear what you're saying and hear what you're not saying. They're going to give you, what type of meal they want, what type of atmosphere they're trying to create for their guests. And then they want to know that you're going to be able to take what they've given you and bring it to life. You want to have that, a good sense of their personality, a good feel that you can trust. If you have any inclination that something's not right, then that you need to listen to that intuition that you have.
That communication is
and so but you definitely want to make certain that chef or that cook or whomever is going to bring your thoughts to life on that canvas. That's what I definitely look for, and try to make sure I instill in chef that I send out to clients.
Now, I heard a little birdie told me the other day that you had a huge well, I won't say celebrity. Say you had a huge event for Tyler Perry. You did Tyler Perry. I wasn't gonna put that one out there, but I heard it. I heard it went extremely well. For anyone that's following you, how do you cultivate that long-term relationship with clients like that? Because we deal with athletes, different people and things like that. We deal with them all day. How do you cultivate that relationship between everyday person, Miss Janie down the street, and Tyler Perry?
One main thing is to treat everybody the same, whether it's a Tyler Perry or whether it's Mr. Tom Joe that's 90 years old and on a fixed income. You know, they're still the same. I have been blessed to have a plethora of celebrity clients over the years. And then those clients refer me to their friends. Well, sometimes their friends will find out, oh, you had Chef Elliott? Oh, well, I'm going to up you, you know, and they hire me to do even more, you know, because they're trying to up each other, you know. I'm all right with that.
We've all experienced that. And it's fun when you can say, I've gotten this person here or this guest here from another guest that I've had. And it became long-term and we became friends.
Absolutely.
And things like that. So how for you, what's next coming down the pipe for you? What do you have coming out next?
That's a good question.
You're always busy, so it's like I have to catch you when you're not busy, so you're always busy.
So I'm getting ready to give you an exclusive.
Okay.
Ooh. We are getting ready to start filming in the next week or two a new Chef Elliott's cooking show.
Bring it on. Here's the thing. We can never have too many cooking shows as long as the content is there. There'll never be too many cooking shows, never be too many of this of shows like this, as long as the content is there. I know you put your heart and soul in a lot of things that you do, to everything that you do. So the show will have that Chef Elliott flair to it. So I'm ready to see that, and that's a blessing.
We are excited. We are excited. Thank you so much. With this particular network has been courting me for a little bit over a year now, and so I finally we finally came to a mutual agreement.
Got it.
And we are ready to now start filming.
Oh, that's a blessing. That is a wonderful blessing for you. It's a wonderful blessing for us to be able to see you in your element. A lot of times people don't understand the how do I say it, the headaches that chefs go through to bring in an event. You don't see back screaming, arguing, yelling, fussing, fighting, throwing stuff, and it's not even to a sense the TV style of it. It's just that I'm just so frustrated because nothing is going right at this moment in time. But a great product at the end. Our guest is our main concern as chefs. So, what's for you as far as the Chef Elliott brand? What's your biggest success that you can think of right now?
My biggest, I think, success was my debut on TV, and many people think it was when I first appeared on the Food Network. However, that was not my first appearance on national TV. It was actually on The Taste when it aired on ABC with Chef Marcus Samuelson.
Before they switched
you know, and the thing is, all I did was make, you know, I'm known for my signature red velvet cake. It ain't nothing to play with. And so that was we were doing desserts, and that's what I made. And they said, can we have the whole cake? And that's how that whole thing happened, was from my red velvet cake. But that was my debut. And then the Food Network came along, and then we was asked to come back before we left, taping the first episode of Cutthroat Kitchen. And then we filmed the pilot show for Food Network, pitched it to them, and so we've done other shows, television shows. So I think appearing on national TV has to be right now my highlight of my brand.
And for you, as far as that's concerned, what do you like more now? Because I know you personally, I've seen stuff that you've done personally. What do you like more now, being in front of the camera or behind the camera? Because me, I've never lose my love for being in the kitchen. But there's days where like, this camera, okay, I'm hating the camera too right now, but it happens. So
I love both. I really do.
Got it.
I love both.
Okay. As far as travels, because you travel a lot.
I do.
You travel a lot. And it was weird because we realized we knew some of the same people in states that we've never been in together. And it was like, hey, I know.
Right. Yeah.
It was like, I was at the house and I see you on the mantelpiece. I'm like, why is Chef Elliott on your mantelpiece? And it's like, oh, Chef Elliott's been here before too. And it's like, you know what? That's, as a traveling chef, that's an honor to say, okay, you know what? I've been in the same places as other great chefs, as other great traveling chefs. And my name has gotten around to people that you know, and your name's gotten around to people that I know. And we've been able to give each other and say, you know what? He's a great chef. His flavors and his passion and stuff is great, and give you that, not even that compliment, but just give you that push to where they say, you know, I'm going to hire that chef too also. Because that's how we hung out for the Super Bowl that night. It was just like, okay, yeah, we had fun, but it was a thing of, oh, Chef Elliott's a great chef, and you introduced me to Jetty on their anniversary. Great event.
Yeah, you cooked a nice 4 or 5 course meal for us in my home. They were visiting here in Atlanta, helping me from Maine.
Yeah,
and they're beautiful people.
I think in 2 weeks.
They are.
With Naturally Jamming, they'll be on the show in 2 weeks. I'm gonna.
Oh, look at that!
We're talking, and she's ready.
I'm excited I'm so proud of her. I spoke with her just yesterday, and she didn't mention that to me. I'm gonna have to get her.
She's ready.
But I'm so proud of her. But yeah, just beautiful people. I do travel a great deal. I mean, not so much now with the pandemic, but
yeah.
When this is lifted, I'm scheduled to be in the Dominican Republic for a few weeks, doing craft services for a movie that's going to be filmed.
That's a good look.
There.
I mean, I think the last time we were out of town was at you were at Sobe.
Okay.
I think that was the last time. It was like, okay, but what's the best culinary destination for you? What's the best destination for you as far as flavors, different restaurant, the culinary scene, and things like that? What location do you like to go to just to enjoy yourself as far as in your travels?
Ooh, there's so many, and you put me on the spot right there, because I don't know. I don't know who's seeing this. I will say this: if I'm wanting lobster, I need to be in the state of Maine.
Got it.
In my opinion, Maine lobster is the best lobster in the whole planet, on the whole planet. That's in my opinion. And so these restaurants, that I've had, lobster across the globe, and they say it's Maine lobster. There's a specific taste that Maine lobster has.
Yeah.
There's a sweetness.
Water.
Yeah,
and water that can give it a different flavor.
Yeah. So if I don't taste that specific taste, I say, no, you're lying. I want my money back.
Yeah.
But I also, I lived in New Orleans. I love seafood. That's my go-to food. So I love the New Orleans scene. I love me a good bowl of gumbo. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's filet gumbo, okra gumbo. I don't care, man. Huh? I love some good gumbo. And so New Orleans, or in that area, I enjoyed that. I love Jamaica because I love Caribbean food. So I guess that kind of gives you a little bit. I can't really narrow it down to one.
I get it. I get, but when you love food, that's the thing. When you love food, because when I go to different places, I have to taste the culture there.
Yeah, right.
The very first time I went to Jamaica, I was like, okay, I have to have jerk chicken off the side of the road or at someone's grandma's house.
Exactly.
Okay, when I go to London, I want to taste fish and chips. Let me know what your signature dish is, so I can see that.
Absolutely.
I can taste that. I can know who you are, and to a sense, copy it and kind of put it in my repertoire also. But
that's
the part about being that traveling chef and things like that. And I was actually, before the pandemic, I was supposed to be going to Europe for 14 days and things like that. And it was literally a culinary, would have just been a culinary trip of just experiencing Spain, France, and Italy. And it's one of the, I'm planning it again for next year.
Okay.
Well, once everything settles down and we're allowed to do things, but that's just me to say, okay, I'm going to experience culinary wonders around the world. I can't just keep myself stuck in one area.
Right.
And that's like you. I noticed with you, you'll be like, oh, I'm being such and such area this week. I'm going to be here. I'm doing, like, I know for Valentine's Day, you did a bunch of red velvet cakes and went to Tennessee with them. It's like, okay, I'll be in
Tennessee. Yeah.
And it was like, okay, that's just something that's a lot of young chefs don't get, I think. How has your travels made you better at what you do now?
Ask me that one more time.
How has your travels around the country and around the world made you better as a chef?
I think experiencing the different flavors, different spices, different seasonings, and then kind of infusing that to what you may be known for, it allows you to be, I guess a better way, allows your brand to be expanded. Your food repertoire is now expanded, so you can do a lot more. Sunny Anderson, a good friend of mine from Food Network, she told me years ago, she said, when people ask you what's your specialty, say food.
Yep.
So you're not boxing yourself in.
I give that answer to everyone who asks me that question. I say, what is your specialty? You know what? My specialty is anything you want. I'm a chef.
Exactly.
I'm creative.
Absolutely.
And my traveling the world has made me a better chef. So you're right. Food is my specialty.
Food is my specialty, and so I pull when I'm over in Europe. I'll pull something that they have. Or when I go to the DR this summer, I'm going to pull something they have. When I go back over to Jamaica, because I'm in this gospel play, it's called Sanctified, and we had to halt our tour because of the pandemic, but we're planning to start back up in September, and we're going to be in Jamaica with the gospel play. So I'm going to pull some more stuff from Jamaica and bring that back home, and enhance my culinary skills. I don't mind wherever I am getting in the kitchen.
Definitely.
Teach me.
I will walk to the house and go in their kitchen.
Yeah,
my family, they kind of do. Oh, I'm gonna invite you over for such and such, and it's like, okay, is such he's coming? Yeah, he's coming. Watch you go in the kitchen. And first thing I do, no matter whose house I'm in, I'm walking into the kitchen. Like, okay, we got this. I'll cook dinner tonight, and that's just me. That's just me. What's the biggest? What's your signature spice that you go to a lot, or that you use that you find yourself using more? Because I've realized I've created a spice blend that I use on a lot of different things. It's a mixture of stuff, but it goes well with meats, goes well with vegetables, goes well with, is it your signature spice blend that you have also?
Yes.
That's been on the market for a while that you use all the time, or is it something that we don't know that you have?
No, it's actually my own signature spice that's on the market. We're still trying to get it on the shelves. Chef Elliott Soul Shaking Seasoning. So right now you can get it, via my website, which is chefelliott.com. But it's a low sodium all-purpose blend that I created over 13 years ago. I guess I'm dating myself a little bit now, but I still use it.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, I love curry, me personally. So I will put some curry in just about anything.
Got it.
Curry and turmeric. I love those.
Yeah, I find myself
spices.
using a lot of turmeric now. Years, so I get that. I get that. So one last question before we end our very fun session with Chef Elliott. What advice would you give to a young Chef Elliott?
I think the best advice that I would give to a young Chef Elliott is it gets better. It doesn't seem like it's worth the while, the agony, the beat downs in the kitchen by the executive chefs.
Yeah.
It gets better. Stay the course. Learn all you can. Glean from all of those chefs that you're working with in the kitchen aside alone. Make them teach you.
Yeah.
Because it's going to pay off if you stay the course.
Amen. Believe me, I fully understand that.
Yeah.
I fully understand that. So great talking to you, Chef. This is it for Chef Elliott. We will be back on Mondays and Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Every Monday and Wednesdays. Please follow us on all social media, chefjermainebethea.com. We have a lot of things coming up, different cooking shows, different nutrition programs and things. That's it for Chef to Chef. Great seeing you all. Have a great night.